Namaskar and good morning to you all. Bande Utkala Janani. Jai Jagannath. Distinguished guests, especially Professor Dharurkar, Professor Padi, Pradeep sir and all others, the distinguished panelists on the dais and the moderator, Devavani. It gives me immense pleasure in coming back every year to this National Media Conclave. I have seen its growth, its beginning and evolution both. And I would like to begin with my humble appreciation to Professor Upendra Padi for meticulously doing it every year. It's not a very easy job. Getting people from all across the country and picking up an issue and having several sessions revolving around that particular issue. It's not an easy matter, but I must appreciate his gesture that he is creating an atmosphere for us to meet and exchange our knowledge. And I have no hesitation in saying that we were not born in the AI age. So it is a learning process for us also. And it's a great learning opportunity when you see the professionals, academicians, practitioners get together and exchange their views and thoughts to enlighten us so that we understand what we can do and what we should not do regarding AI automation. We are in the digital age and we are crossing the digital age. And we are already in the AI age. AI is something which we cannot ignore. Like we could not ignore computer, we could not ignore internet. And we have started loving and we have started enjoying the computer, enjoying internet. And these things have made our life much easier. Similarly, AI. But ladies and gentlemen, there is always a caution and a caveat that what we should do and how we should do. There have been a lot of deliberations on this. I'll straightway like to come to the topic of this particular session, which reads like Trust and Twist in Digital Gatekeeping. I would like to draw my kind attention to the students sitting at the back. Gatekeeping is a word which I must say was once upon a time related to the field of journalism. The reporters and the editors, they used to decide what people, their readers, listeners and viewers would know. It is me in the newsroom, pick up certain story, give it to my friend to get it done, and also some other stories to kill, so that these stories had never seen the light of the day. Because I or any one of my colleagues have decided that no, this does not require, we have a shortage of space, we have a shortage of time. This is not worthy to be carried in our bulletin or in our newspaper. So, you are my consumer of news, my viewer, reader and listener. But you had no option to decide. Only decision you could take that you would resort to newspaper A or newspaper B or newspaper C. And there was a time when there was only one audiovisual channel and there is one radio channel which gives news. So in these cases you did not have any option, but in the newspaper you had option in totality. You can switch over to the other. But which news you would like to read elaborately, you had no option. If I give it elaborately, then you read it. If I don't give elaborately, you don't read it. You could resort to some magazines and all, it's similar. Which is the cover story, which are the other stories, and there used to be certain issues which have never seen the light of the day. And it was delayed because of these communication problems. So this is the gatekeeping role which the journalist used to have for the readers, viewers and listeners. Now, once we came to digital era, that gatekeeping role is abolished. Digitization has democratized the entire media ecosystem. Everybody is a content producer. Earlier you had to piggy ride a mainstream media, legacy media, to reach out your message to the masses. Now, if the mainstream media even do not carry your stuff, you have your own social media platforms where you can flood with whatever you can think and whatever you would like to place. So, digitization has democratized the world. It has empowered every citizen as a content producer. Every citizen has become what we say, citizen journalist. That is the empowerment. You are only a receiver and now you are a producer also. The consumer and producer together, which we had a lot of discussion yesterday. It's a new phenomenon. But in that context, once you have started giving your stuff in the social media, which used to go to millions, suppose I write one post-editorial column in a more or less well-established newspaper, it is read by 1,000, 10,000. But when you post something in the social media platforms, it may be viral. It covers so many, much more than 1,000 and 10,000. So you are reaching much more people on your own rather than I work in a legacy media because my viewership, readership and listening is limited. So that is not only the factor. I work as a journalist, I get paid. How much I get paid, that's a different issue. That's a part of another seminar. The new labor code has come, the Wage Board Act has gone, the Working Journalist Act has gone. And how do the journalists of these days function? This calls for another 7 days seminar. And that too, nobody will arrive at any conclusion. Who is a journalist? How are they getting paid and what is their lifestyle? Forget it. What I'm going to say is, you are a citizen journalist, you are a content producer in social media, and there is a concept called monetization. That you are paid back. You are putting a content and you are paid back. And ladies and gentlemen, this monetization is not very small. If you find out around you, you will see for yourselves there are people, including in the rural areas, not in the city, whose channels are monetized. So this gives you an earning also. This gives you, that's why they ask for more likings, more followings, more viewing, and then according to that measure, and which is, the technologically measured. It's not an RNI measurement, not an ABC measurement, not a TAM measurement, not a BARC measurement. It is automatically, digitally measured. And as per the measurement of the viewership, you get paid. So you are producing content, you are getting paid. Sometimes it may be a better proposition for the young budding journalists to look out for a job in the mainstream legacy media or to do your own startup in own YouTube channel or Facebook channel or whatever it is. So there is no gatekeeping role. You are your gatekeeper. If you decide this to go, you put it. If you don't decide, you don't put it. But how do you decide? The journalists who are working in the legacy media, mainstream media, have to abide by a rule of ethics and the professional practice, where you are told, either you are trained in media school or in the newsrooms, there is a style book, there is a system, there is a discipline, there is a principle that you cannot do this. But here, you are your own boss. If you think I will do it, you do it. This was continuing for some time. But anything can be going unchecked. The government has also brought in the IT Act, which has also undergone some amendments. And one must be aware of, yesterday there was a beautiful session on privacy, data privacy and all. So IT Act, there are provisions, and you are liable to be punished if you do certain things, number one. Number two, a week back, Government of India has come out with the DPDP rules. Earlier, it has done the DPDP Act, Digital Personal Data Protection Act, which has come in. Then they circulated the draft rules. They have gone for consultation. And last week, they have come out with the DPDP rules. And the rules say what you can do and what you cannot do. Even as a journalist also, you cannot do every time you have to disclose your source on demand. Now, journalists, not by any law, but by convention, they were so-called protected, that if the news is true, then no authority can ask for the source. They can judge whether the true or false. If something I report in the part of my investigative reporting and it comes out to be true, nobody is going to question my source. Yes, I will stand on the docks and say that if any punishment is to be given, I am there, your milord, you punish me. I'm not going to disclose my source. That has been the convention. But now the rule has changed. You have to divulge your sources and lot of other things. So nothing can go unchecked. Like even freedom of speech and expression is also not absolute freedom. There must be some reasonable restrictions, as we know in our Indian constitution. Similarly, this has also come. Your operations are restricted. Yes, good or bad, everything has a good or everything has a bad. Good because otherwise people will come and then troll you without any reason. I have animosity with you and I keep on writing all bad things on somebody, and there are people who have no relation with the area of work or that particular person will also go on trolling. The person is very bad, the person is very bad, you are right, people should come forward to punish this person and all these. All these people who write in the comments, they have nothing to do with the person who is accused. So things cannot continue like this. So there are plus and minus. So what I wanted to say in terms of the topic, so there has been a twist. So when I am my producer, I am my boss, I can twist my information. Because in the mainstream media, objectivity, fairness and balanced reporting is in the blood of a reporter, of a sub-editor, of an editor. That otherwise he is to be asked by his bosses, what is the proof and all other things. So that is the training. But here there is no formal training, no formal understanding of the social good. So obviously you can twist. So there is a possibility, because there is no hindrance between the producer and the recipient. There is no noise, there is no bar. Immediately the communication is straight and multiple. So you can twist. So in the digital, we talk about fake news, we talk about misinformation, disinformation, malinformation, all these which you can resort to inadvertently or willingly. You have a purpose. You know, the pictures are morphed and instigations are being made for a purposeful thing. You have an agenda to fulfill, and you resort to the social media and you campaign, whether truly or untruly. So this has been there. So twist is always there. Now the trust. Trust is something which takes years to be built. The legacy media has built that trust because they are answerable, there are authorities, there are legalities. Now, in the digital platform, throughout the world, there is a drive against fake news, misinformation, disinformation and malinformation. All over the world, every country is resorting to some rules and regulations and laws by which this menace of fake news can be checked. So that is why you have to be careful. These days, you cannot write malicious things or instigating things which are not based on material facts and figures. So the authority, like police, can take action. So the trust you need to build to increase your visibility, to have more viewers and all, because you are trustworthy. You are fair, balanced, and objective. Or else, if you do not do, yes, the state is bringing in certain laws, good or bad, that's a different issue, but it cannot be unfed, unchecked. So this is the premise, that we have almost no gatekeeping in the digital age, and digital age has democratized. So you directly reach out to millions, and there, if you wish, willingly or unwillingly, like in WhatsApp, we are forwarding a lot of messages. We need to understand before forwarding blindfoldedly that whether it is good and substantiative. So these are the learnings for which we have come, and our eminent speaker will enlighten us. So there is always a possibility of twist, because it is in your own hand. You are not within a structure. Then the trust. Either you build up this trust, or you are compelled to build up the trust, because you cannot move. You will be caught by the state, the law of this land. Whether good or bad, that's a different issue. But the trust is something which should come from within. So this is the premise I have set, and I would hand it over to our esteemed moderator to call upon the next speaker. Thank you very much. Once again, I'm grateful to Professor Upendra Padi and all of you for giving us. You see, this is the digital age. The physical number may be in 2 digits or maybe in 1 digit. Doesn't matter. While coming to attend this conference, our train was scheduled that we missed the inaugural. But in the train, myself and Joydeep were watching it, because it's live and it is going to remain. Anybody wants to refer it back, it's there. That's the digital age. Thank you.